Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.
Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with, now they looking nervously. And I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
Shut your mouth, you can save it. I'm the same dude that got his come up from the basement. 100 songs, 100 weeks, didn't change it. Experiments, development, intelligence, and patience. I'll do it all again, cause I never feel complacent. Let's keep the good vibes, positivity's contagious. I'm never looking back, cause I made a life that's passionate. A college graduate suppressing all his talents, yeah. He found a way to go and change, become an advocate. For taking control of your life, go out and battle. And you think you have a dream, then act on it. Get after it, get out your head and fucking capture it. You got one life to master it. Don't give up on your future, we all start losers. We're all late bloomers, gotta struggle through the sewer.
What you say? Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.
Hello YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode here, as we're here in Road to Glory with Pierre-Javier Shilo, or better known as PJ Shilo, as we're back here today for our final 2 games of the regular season. As today we will be, of course, playing against looks like what is it, James Madison in the first game. And then the last game is against Georgia Southern. So right now, currently in the Sun Belt, we're currently there in the second spot there overall. But we're first in the Sun Belt East division. And right now, as you take a look there, Georgia State, of course, we do have that tiebreaker over them. So regardless of even if we lose, we hold that tiebreaker over them. And that will put us, of course, shot there to be in that position to take the top spot there and play in the conference championship game. And by the looks of it, we could be facing against Southern Miss again, as we did back, I think it was week 8. So as you take a look here at some of the players here, some of their more or less their defensive players that we're gonna have to avoid here. There you see Stanley got some really good power as well as run stopping abilities and a pretty decent pass rush there. And of course, he is going to be a guy that we'll definitely have to do our best there, as he's one of the linebackers for them. Defensive tackles here, you see you got Coran Bordeaux. There you see his numbers as well. Looks like a decent pass rusher, as well as looks like a very decent and by far above average run stopper there. And of course, we'll try to do our best to steer clear his direction there up in the middle. And then of course you got Hobbs, who is a corner there, and he is going to be one of those guys. So I'm assuming that we'll be coming in on those times where they'll come in a blitz on us. So we'll see some corner blitzing, and of course, obviously, the quarterback is going to have to kind of keep an eye on him, as well as he likes to swarm around. He's got a lot of his stuff's capped for the most part. Pretty much actually everything's capped. So he's just going to get his best as 74 overall for his collegiate career. But there you see, he has got some pretty decent numbers there, and still, regardless of those mid to low 70s, he's still a threat out there if we're going to be throwing deed. And of course, James, there you see his numbers there. Of course, he's got really good quickness that he can still build upon, run stopping ability, but looks like it's more so, power. He has pretty good power. Of course, finesse moves there to help him out in that linebacker role there with James Madison. And of course, like I said, he will probably be matched up with against him and a couple other linebackers and times when we're going to be have the ball passed to us. There you see Wade is one of their top offensive linemen. He's going to be out for a broken hand for the next 4 weeks, as the native of Virginia is going to be out in this game as well. So this is a big game. I believe last year we did pretty well against them, and I think we believe we no, we didn't. I don't think we played them last year. Now, as I think about it, if I remember the schedule correctly, we did not play them last year, so we were wanting to play them. So we'll see how things are going. I take it back. We had to play against them. They were on our side of the division. So yeah, we did play against them, and if I remember correctly, okay, never mind. Maybe I know now as I think about it, we did play them, but I can't remember if we played. Ideally, I think we should have played them at home, but we're playing them here on the road. As you see, another handoff here. Look at this. This is the way you want to start a game here. As App State finds their way into the end zone. Touchdown for App State. Nice run there for them as they get themselves on the board here and do a great job of showing off what they can do with the running ability here from Shilo, as we're getting ready to wrap up the regular season here and hopefully win some awards. Last year we won Doc Walker. This year we could be winning several others and possibly be a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. So we got to do well here, and that's the best way to do it here as we start off there with a nice run to start things off. We're down by just 3 points as James Madison were able to score, and then later on they would end up getting a turnover on us, and that's how they end up getting that nice little 4-point lead over us, or I should say 3-point lead over us. As you see a pass here, and that one is going to be behind us and low, as we're not going to be able to get to that one there, as that's going to be a quick 3-and-out there for App State. 4:46 left here in the first quarter. Still 10-7. As we'll see a nice handoff here to Shilo as he's trying to get around that wall of defenders, but no such luck there on his part. But yeah, we're going season 2 is wrapping up here. We'll see. Obviously, we'll get ourselves into the conference playoffs, and hopefully, maybe if everything works out, because right now we're ranked 23rd in the nation. We won our conference championship. That's pretty much almost an automatic bid into getting into the college football playoffs, depending on how well some other Power Force or Group of 5 schools have done this season. By far, we're the most exciting team being talked about here, so I would have imagined we would be in the talks there with amongst the committee, making their choices of those 12 teams. As you see a handoff here, and not a really good one there, so we only get 2 on that carry. We run right into our the defensive tackle there. And now we'll see here Wilson. He's going to call his own number instead. He's going to do a little shimmy and then finally go down, or actually be brought down there, as he does get the first down. So, of course, big question is, do we, of course, in the postseason, depending on how this episode ends today, I don't know if it'll end, abruptly if we're not going to go to the playoffs. But I imagine we would get some kind of bowl game because we are bowl eligible. So, but or do we go into the transfer portal? Maybe because some fact is we got some notoriety now. we're getting talked about here. We're being mentioned for the Heisman Trophy. Do we decide to go to another bigger school here, or do we just stay here at App State and just try to build something here and build a legacy, and not to mention just try to see if we can shock the world as one of the Group of 5 schools that are trying to get a title here. As we see a big run here, look at that pass there, and I think our big guy might be out of gas here. No, he's going to get in the end zone. Nice play, as that's going to be an Appalachia State touchdown as Gladwell will get in there. As he finds his way into the end zone there. Nice play, finishing it off. I thought he was going to be gassed there towards the final 40 yards there, but he's able to get motored down there and get into the end zone for that touchdown. So it's now 17-14 as they are able to get a touchdown of their own. And we'll see our tight end here again get another nice catch there for a few more yards. So, and of course, playbook open up a little bit more. We got, I think last episode we were able to get more plays, and at some point here, I think we're getting close. I think maybe after this game or the next, I think it's after this game, we get the full playbooks. That means we can really start opening it up, have more throwing opportunities, go our way if we want it to, and of course, really, help out the receivers. And of course, try to keep ourselves healthy as well, because since we're, going into the, conference game, we got to stay healthy if we want to be on the field here. And to do that, we're going to have to, see, hopefully we can find plays there, like more receiving plays where we're just blocking for the most part here, just trying to help out when we can, and just go about that, and only really worry about when we need short yardage plays and or big, we need a nice big run to get us into the end zone here like this. And that's a nice run there, and that's going to get another end zone touchdown there, another rushing touchdown here, second of the day. Nice carry there from Shilo, as PJ is, of course, is a who's ready to take that plane trip with his mom and dad, hopefully to New York, and sit there and hopefully walk away with a chance to win that Heisman Trophy, along with some other trophies as well, as the way he's been playing this year. Definitely not a sophomore slump whatsoever for him. As we'll see now, 21-17, 2nd and 6 coming up. We'll see a quick pass there. That's going to go to the tight end again, as he's going to get barely anything on that play. So we'll see what we can try to do here on this 3rd and 12, as we're in the second half here, early on in the second half. A nice catch there from Shilo. Shilo fighting for that first down marker, and he's going to get there. They're going to say forward progress there, as he is going to get that catch, and that's a nice run there for him. As you say here, 14 yards, receiving yards, and of course 14 rushes and 97 yards for him for the day, as we see him, of course, run this one there, and that's going to be a nice run there, as he now finally broke the 100-yard mark for the day here. As we'll see another handoff here. Good blocking down the field here. That's what I'm talking about from our hog mollies there, as they know that the bread and butter is right there behind them, and they got to block, and they've been doing a great job here blocking here this season. And so we'll see here, handoff now. We're going to go up the middle here, and we're going to be brave enough to do so, which too often we don't do that. Of course, they've been, in the playbooks they've been giving us, been running a lot of inside gap running, that either on the opposite sides of the, not much of necessarily the interior, but more of the exterior of the guards there, or in the tackles, more outside runs. As we see here, the ball needs to be snapped, and that is not going to be helpful for us. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty. It's going to be on Wilson. I don't know what he was doing there. It looked like he was trying to change a play there, because he's seen something there from the defense that he was not comfortable with. But yeah, you gotta snap that ball there. You're getting 5 yards. It's a big deal there, losing that yardage like that, especially on a run that we're on currently right now. pass there being thrown, and nice catch there for Shilo. Oh, nice spin move as he's trying to go upfield there, and he is going to be 2 yards short of getting to the sticks, convert there on that 3rd down. So they'll be, of course, forced to punt, as now we have the ball inside our own 10. As we'll see a handoff here. Shilo going to go on the outside there. I think he should have went up that gap there, that B gap, as that it was wide open there. But over to was thinking more so more outside there. So he's got to really pay attention to that. That's something definitely NFL scouts will be looking at game tape. It's like, hey, they're asking him, hey, why'd you miss that gap for? Why did you go on the outside? What was you assuming was the outside? So that's definitely something that he'll have to, of course, work on as we get ready for season 3. Handoff here and now. Look at that. Look how he just busts out of that line. He's seen that gap wide open. I think he's seen it before the snap happened and realized, like, hey, I have a gap here. I can go through up the middle here and shot out like a rocket. Touchdown, App State. And Shilo finds his 3rd rushing touchdown of the day here. And nice job for him in the App State offensive line. Like I said, this has been one of their big things all season. Their big thing of all season long here is really doing a great job here and getting those gaps open long enough for him to go down the field. Of course, we've seen him really, for the most part, here running on the outsides, which he's dangerous in. But there's been a few teams that have been doing a good job of really keeping him there and kind of shutting him down from time to time on the outside run, kind of forcing us to go up the middle. But when that happens, of course, that's usually a bad sign for the other team. Like, yeah, maybe you should just let him, because he looks like he tortures you guys worse than he when he's running up the gut on you, than especially like running right at you, than opposed to running away from your D line. As we see, we could not finish that play there. We're in the 4th quarter now, as we're getting into this one here late, and it looks like we could be able to find another rushing touchdown. Touchdown, App State, as they find themselves in the end zone again. And a nice finish there, 38-17. James Madison here pretty much is done for the night, as the Dukes cannot find a way to stop Shilo here, as he's got 263 yards on 23 carries, 4 rushing touchdowns, I believe, for the night. And that's definitely going to be a highlight there on SportsCenter, of course, on the local news as well. Is this another day of the office here for PJ Shilo, as he is going to, of course, run this one there on the outside. And I think that might be it from him. Yes, it is. That's exactly how this one's going to finish off. 38-17 is your final score. App State, of course, ranked number 23 in the nation. Could see a little bit of a bump in the rankings coming up here in the next going into the following week. And of course, a big game coming up here we'll see here in just a bit against Georgia Southern. Of course, a classic rivalry game for these two schools, as they were in the SoCon conference back in the day, and now here they are in the Sun Belt. Step up there here in the southeast part of the United States. But yeah, final score 38-17, as we had 494 yards total offense. Nice job there. 312 yards rushing on 39 carries, 4 touchdowns there for Shilo, and just a great performance there. 191 yards for JMU. We had 182, so not far behind. 30 down conversions, looks like it was in our favor there. 6 of 15, 40%. They were 5 and 18 at 27%. And then interceptions, yeah, we ended up throwing an interception there from Wilson. As we'll take a look at Montgomery's numbers there, 13 of 39, 147 and a tutty, as he completed 33% of his pass fills. Garfield came in later on and took over. He did get hurt, but he was 5 of 10 there, finishing his day there, as he came up, or I should say he started the game, but I think Montgomery took over for the rest of that game. Then, of course, look at the numbers there for the receivers there. 5 catches, 31 yards there for Clark, and a tutty for him. Green had the most yardage there for the day. He had 5 catches at 81 yards for the Dukes. And then defensive numbers there, you see Dye had the most tackles for them. And of course, the rest there you guys can check out as well. He also had the most TFLs for the game on that one. So, but a great day there for us. Defense not perfect, but just did enough there to help us out to get the win, and held back the Dukes as much as they possibly could there. Wilson, 10 of 22, 182, touchdown, interception, completed 45% of his passes. Our boy Shilo, 25 carries, 261 yards, and 4 rushing touchdowns for him. Having a great day. And of course, been nice if we could get him in the end zone as well through the air. But 3 catches for 22 yards, not bad at all. They were definitely doing a good job there, not letting us get too far away from that offensive line there, as we just pretty much dominated and just figured, hey, let's just stick where we're better in, and that's pretty much just going to be the rushing part of here today. I have been working on from time to time here. He still, it's his attributes for his hands. They're still affordable, so we are working on those from time to time, as well as I'm putting skill points on there so he can get his hands better. Hopefully next season, the course of between now and the start of next season, hopefully his hands will get better, and we'll have more opportunities for him to catch passes there in the screens, backfield, and of course hopefully we can get him to get a couple catches deep. There you see we got a nice offer here for an NIL deal with the AI service that's going to help us with our grammar and check our all that kind of good stuff there, writing papers. So we're going to go ahead and take the deal there. We're going to get 2 extra skill points, and we're going to get 2 energy this week. No energy is going to be needed from us, so we just got to kind of make probably a promotional video or something like that, put it on YouTube or something, and of course we'll get those points. So there you see a nice little NIL deal from a local company. Always helpful, to be honest, I ain't gonna lie. I know when I was in college, which was not that far long ago, but I wish we had those AI programs, or not necessarily the AI programs, but the Grammarly stuff. Because, oh man, it's writing some of these papers, you just start talking and just, start typing out with just weird stuff. Like, what the hell did I just? What? That don't make any sense. Like, I've been up too late. I could quit writing these papers like this. But having something like that would have been very, very helpful. But hey, I miraculously passed all my classes that I had those, ridiculous freaking 12-page papers and stuff like that. I couldn't go through that again. Matter of fact, I still have a couple of those papers. I actually did really well and got those A's and B's there on those papers there. But anyway, enough about that. As we get in here, we see Jarrett Kraft for Georgia Southern here. Of course, like I said, this is a classic rivalry between the two schools, especially for the Shilo family, as the Shilo family does not care for Southern Georgia at all, especially PJ's dad, Pete Shilo, despises them, taunts them, and he's not a big fan of this school whatsoever. But with that being said, today PJ has a chance now to get even with them, or beat them again. Actually, last year we beat them towards the end of the school year, and we had a really good showing there. He had a nice game against them. Hoping we're going to do the same thing here again, as we see some of the defensive players that we're going to have to, of course, maneuver around. You got Ellis here, who has pretty good, decent run stopping ability, as well as pass rush. Looks like he's pretty talented in the power category there, and looks like he's pretty healthy on the field here. So yeah, they definitely are going to be doing their job here to, of course, probably looking at game film from last year as we ran all over them. Darren Rice will be out with that broken collarbone. He's a wheel linebacker, and of course Lyons is going to be out there with a dislocated ankle. Oof. He's going to be out for 2 weeks, as he's an 82 overall there. So they're going to have one of their weapons there on the offensive side of things, or on the defensive things. But so we still got to come out here and act and pretend like they are out there. We'll obviously the next man is going to be up, and of course just go out here, play some football, have some fun, but at the same time, remember we got to get a win. And of course, this win, not necessarily a win that we need to get to the conference playoffs here, but it's a win here. It's a rivalry game, and we got to go all out here. We got to embarrass these boys, these what are they, Golden Eagles or something like that. So we'll see what we can do here. 1st and 10, ball on our own 25-yard line, and Wilson here throws that one quickly there up the middle. That's going to be caught, and that's going to be enough there for the first down. It's going to be our own 43-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up now here for App State. It's a beautiful day here in Boone, North Carolina, as they, of course, are hosts. We are hosting this game here today, and of course it is Senior Day. So a couple of the seniors are going to be out here. I'm sure Coach is going to make sure that some of the seniors get a chance to play there in their last game of their collegiate career. Of course, we're only a sophomore right now, so we're, of course, we're playing on cloud 9 right now and having a great season here. And like I said before, no sophomore slump here at all. This has been, of course, we did start the season with only 3 receiving touchdowns, no rushing touchdowns, but that was we're actually doing a lot better. Our numbers have actually, obviously gone up because we're getting more experience on the field here. But to be honest, I really thought that, with the way we were playing last season, and when, of course, we've had a couple of games here. Some teams were able to do a good job here of being dominant and kind of change our game plans. We see a touchdown being scored here as the Mountaineers get on the board, and they put up some points on the board here. Not the first ones to put up points of the day, but they do put up points as Devin there finds his way into the end zone. Touchdown App State, as they are now tying this game up now 7 apiece. So now with minute 3 left here in the first quarter still, we get the ball back here quickly as the defense did a great job there of getting a nice turnover. And of course, there you see a nice run there, finishing off that play there from Shilo. As you take a look here, and there you see the tackle numbers for Kraft. He's got his 80th now for the season. So he'll definitely be, watching the quarterback's eyes. Of course, obviously going in here, and you see a nice run here as we get this one up the middle, and that's going to be another 1st and 10. 4 seconds left here before the end of the first quarter. We'll see if they'll pull this play off, and they're not going to be able to. So they're going to go here with the quarter tied up 7 apiece here in Boone. As lovely ladies, hello ladies, out there cheering, having a great time here. Great atmosphere. Oh, look at that. Fans really getting really into this body paint here. I've seen a lot of that here in this game, which I love. Matter of fact, the game, one thing I would like to see them do, which I know in some cases they're probably not going to do it because there's just sick people out there, but I remember back in the day where they had signs where you could create signs for your players, or that your individual, your obviously your rotoflory player, or some of your players in your dynasty there. And that is something I would love to see come back in the game. As we see another touchdown here. Obviously, if you're going to download stuff, you got to be appropriate. You can't be putting up, anything degrading or anything that's, racist or anything like that. But, just be respectful. Like, come on, people. Let's be adults here. This is supposed to be a fun game that we're supposed to connect us, as a community and have fun. Don't have to be vulgar and disgusting, and unless you can do it, in a cheeky kind of way. But still, regardless, just let's not be that way. As we'll see, we've got a 7-point lead here as we're 9 minutes into this game. We'll see a handoff here, good, or I thought it was going to be a good block. But we do get a few yards on that carry. But as I'm recording this, this is going to be, when I'm recording this on the early morning of August 6th, There's supposed to be a patch update. They're supposed to be patching in some new stuff into the game. So by the time this video comes out, they've already got it patched in. But yeah, they're supposed to be patching in some new stuff in the game. I guess some new animations for the crowd, as well as some end zone. I think they're supposed to be kind of, it's more I think it's more cosmetics type of stuff they're doing to the game. So, which is gonna be nice. I know they're adding, like, I know one of the things they showed was like showing the new Kansas end zone, which is by far, I think it's nice. You know, Kansas, they got some really cool, and the other big thing, of course, that was the other thing I was going to talk about is, you know, I was going to say Kansas has some pretty good uniforms from last season, and they're very, you know, bringing back some of the old school uniforms they had with a modern twist to it, but they're adding new uniform sets, because, you know, schools like Oregon Ducks, who have like a whole, you know, 4 or 5 closets full of different uniforms. And see another touchdown there for the Mountaineers. Touchdown. App State. As now they take a 2-possession lead here at home. 11 carries, 96 yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns? Maybe, I think 3 now here for him. As the second quarter looking better here for Shilo, as he finds his way into the end zone. Nice run there from him. Good finish there on that drive. Putting up some more points there. Yes, that's what I'd like to see. 21-7 as Georgia Southern able to come back here. But yeah, they are patching some new uniforms in here. So obviously you get the Oregon Ducks and a couple other schools breaking out showing off some of their new uniforms they have this year. Which I'm not a uniform person at all. I mean, there are some uniforms like, oh wow, those are kind of cool, you know, like those are sharp. I like those. Others, I'm like, okay, somebody was on something. They were definitely enjoying their their liberty there in that state of smoking whatever, you know what, because that's like, okay, interesting, but not my flavor. But yeah, they're supposed to be adding some new uniforms to the, to the game, which I think is always great to see. Making the game, and of course, I think last year they added some new stuff in the course of the year, new uniforms. They were obviously the roster is going to have to be freshened up because some people have obviously not necessarily went there or not going to that school no more, and they may not necessarily on the team anymore. They might have transferred out already, so on and so forth. But yeah, they're freshening up the some stuff there for the game. One of the things I really hope we'll see here is we have a 10-point lead here. The other thing is, I think I said this before, and I think I said this many times in a lot of my videos, is I would love to see some true FCS schools. At some point here, we got to get the FCS or FBS, FCS. I was right the first time. Jeez, come on now, come on, Bolden. The FCS schools, I would love to see those schools in there, because I would love to do a series where you have a coach and you start him in that bottom, kind of bottom Division I schools like your your San Diego, or your not San Diego, South Dakota State, or your the Bisons there in North Dakota, or just like the Grizzlies of Montana. Play schools like that, build your coach up from that, and then kind of work your way up to either as their head coach or as a coordinator, and kind of just work your way up to that. I wish there was some way where they had maybe that's what they need to do. That was the other thing I was talking to one of my friends with. 31-24 now here is we get another nice little score there. But the other thing I was talking about with one of my closest friends who watches the channel, if Steve, you're watching, what up? But one of the other, and of course there's some other people that also watch the channel as well that I talked to about this. But one of the things I would love for them to do in this game is maybe start like a tier system where you have to meet certain objectives before you get a job. I mean, if you want to start off as a head coach, that's fine. But let's say you start as a coordinator, and it could be a mode that you can turn off and on, off turn on or off at whenever the course of the season. But be something you have to meet certain objectives. Like you got to have certain players get so many yardage. If you're a wide receivers coach or if you're offensive coordinator or whatever, you have to have certain objectives you have to meet up before you can be considered getting a job. Obviously you have to have a winning season to do so. All that kind of stuff. I think it'll be more depth into the game, and I think a lot of people really like, hey, that's cool. Like that is good. I like that. I like seeing a little more depth, have some personality to that coach or that coordinator, and and you just kind of build your way kind of organically through the coaching system in the games. And I would love to see the same thing in really any game, really. If you're a coordinator or some kind of a coach in basketball or baseball or something like that, it'd be kind of a cool thing to go through and kind of do, and not make these the objectives difficult, but realistic, something that someone can actually do. As we see here, we put a good whooping on these boys here as we take a nice win here at home. Nice job there, fellas. As of course our boy Shilo is doing a great job here and had an excellent game here against Georgia Southern as we get this win here. So another win, another defeat there, another great season here now behind us as we win this one by 10. 44-34 is your final in today's game. As we're, of course, now, I just realized that we're ranked 20th now here. I think we'll get bumped up even more now. We might actually make it into possibly the top 15 there if we, depending on how things go for the season with other teams right now. We'll see how things go because we have a week off before we get to that next game, which will be the conference championship game. And like I said, right now, by the looks of it, it could be Southern Miss that we could be facing off there. And we've already beat Southern Miss already before, especially on the road. I think, if I remember correctly, I think the person who has the best record in the Sun Belt they will host the conference championship game. I mean, that we'll have another game here, and in 2 weeks' time, here at home, hosting Southern Miss. So that's gonna be nice. That's gonna be very nice. Very good at home field advantage. Always nice to get. But there you see the numbers there. Overall, this was playing this game. This was actually a good game. For a while there, I was kind of sweating some. I'm thinking like, ooh, Georgia Southern. We're not doing so good. We were moving the ball a little kind of sluggishly, but yeah, we were able to get things going there, especially in the last 5 minutes of the game, trying to milk the game clock as much as we possibly can, especially the play clock as well. But there you see 18 carries, 270 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns there for him as he had 1 broken tackle. He had 3 20-plus yards runs there for the App State team there. So definitely the MVP for this game and pretty much the MVP for this season, as he's got 4 catches for 41 yards there. So again, still working on those hands, trying to get better. But they're just they're definitely if you've seen it in the game there, because I wasn't really paying attention too much to it, but they were sticking us pretty good in that backfield there when we were catching the ball, or even if we were like 2 or 3 yards down the field, they were just like just sticking us good. We were able to get the catches, but they like, nope, you're not going that far. So that is fine. We'll definitely we'll get better. Just a matter of time. It takes a little time. As we take a look here at the numbers here for Southern Georgia. Didn't really let the quarterback do too much. But Meadows had a nice day there. 39 carries, 198 yards. He's like, I'm not getting showed up here by that sophomore. So he went ahead and played a really good game there. As we'll see numbers there. Hall got a touchdown there So Meadows, the fellow sophomore, is like, okay, I'm not liking the praise and love this guy's getting. I gotta do the same thing here. And of course, defense. Almost gave it 200 yards that game. But hey, it's gonna happen. So, but yeah, I'm really excited about this new update. Going back to that again, it's gonna be really nice to see what they add to the game. And of course, the uniforms. Like I said, I'm not a big uni guy. I take that back. Maybe in FC, I like the soccer kits in that, the different kits and stuff. I wish they would let us create kits in there, not just for the, obviously for the creative teams, but like with the actual teams. I wish there was like some kind of suite in there that we can, use past, current and past, patterns and stuff like that. And kind of add that to a new kit that you can create yourself. But maybe, I don't know, maybe 2K. You guys gonna make a FIFA game here soon. And that's something you guys can do. You already do it in NBA 2K. So, and there you see we get all straight A's there from we were told there from our academic advisor there. So nice job, as we get a nice upgrade there too, as we get platinum status for our fan favorite there. So coming up in the next episode here, as you see, yes, I was right, it is Southern Miss. So we'll play against the Golden Eagles coming up, as we'll face them off again. Like I said, I believe we played them back in week 8. It was not too long ago. It's a couple episodes, no more than maybe 4 or 5 episodes ago. So we'll see what we do here against them, and we'll try to make sure we kind of seal the deal here, bring home that championship. Remember, last year they won this championship, took over, dominated the conference. I think they went undefeated last year in conference play. So yeah, we got one of those 2 losses that we put on them. They're 6-2 right now. We're 8-0, and it's time for us to go in here and host them, wine and dine them, and then you just kick them out. But also bring a dub home there after all that squabbling there on the field. So if you guys did enjoy today's episode, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you happen to be new, and of course hit that bell notification so you guys be notified of this series or any of the series here on the channel. And of course, don't forget to check us out on our main channel over here on YouTube at ESGNet. And of course, we got great content over there with our newest series there with the Cornhuskers, as well as of course MLB. The show's still rocking, and of course Madden. We'll finish up the Madden series that's over there, and of course we'll have our Madden reveal, who our new team will be in Madden 26, coming up very, very soon. So stay tuned for that, because Madden well, by now it'll be out already. So I'm not going to tell you, because it's the future, but I'm yet still in the past, and Madden hasn't came out yet. But hey, by the time this video comes out, you already know, so whatever. As always, keep yourself healthy, and I will see you all next time.